One of the criminal things that are happening in America, ladies and gentlemen, are not just police, but my next guest said that we have, in fact, taken ourselves off of plantations. We no longer have chains, but the new slavery and the new slaveholder now has stethoscopes and white jackets. I want to introduce to you my doctor, my favorite doctor in the whole wide world. Dr. Joel Wallach is, in fact, a trailblazer, and he keeps a pack of matches in his pocket. Wherever he goes, he's going to start fire and a controversy, and he's going to do no less tonight. A book that he has that I need you to get, every person who's concerned about your health, your life, and your legacy, I need you to get this book. It's entitled Black Gene Lies. All of the lies we've been told as African Americans about our health and about our life. He dispels all of them, from hypertension, diabetes, and even dealing with cancer. Would you help me welcome one of the greatest doctors who has ever tried to help our people? Help me thank God for Dr. Wallach. Thank you so much, Doctor, for coming.
Pastor Bryant, it's such an honor. Can't thank you enough. You're too kind.
Oh, no, thank you. I want to jump right in, Doc, because once you get going, we're going to have to call the ambulance and then send them away. I want to jump right in. Tell me, dispel for me very quickly the association that has been made about high blood pressure or hypertension in black people. Why is that not true?
Well, Pastor Bryant, there's not a single disease that's afflicting the black community: high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney failure, Alzheimer's disease, cancer, obesity. Not a single one of them, not a single one is genetically transmitted. These are all nutritional deficiencies, some during pregnancy, in the embryo, and some as young adults and some as adults. Totally preventable. In most cases, totally reversible, just with a simple dietary change and a simple supplement program. In other words, the medical profession made themselves into a protected monopoly 100 years ago, exactly 1914. 100 years ago, they turned themselves into a protected monopoly, self-policing, with no oversight by any agency. And as a result, I want to give you this figure. This is a yearly figure put out by the Center for Disease Control, a federal agency out of Atlanta, Georgia, the Journal of the American Medical Association, the top medical journal in America, maybe even the world, and the Institute of Medicine, which is the ethical watchdog for the medical profession. Combined, their story was put into a full-page article in the USA Today, February 5th, 2007. Here's what they said, bottom line. Each year in America, hold on to your hats, call the ambulance. Each year in America, medical doctors kill, injure, and infect 15 million Americans in their clinics and hospitals.
Wow.
Each in America.
15 million.
15 million each year. That's the figure they gave. It was a full-page story in the USA Today. And not a single doctor gets arrested. Nobody gets put in jail. Nobody has their license suspended for 3 seconds. And nobody loses a penny of income. Now, we've gone to war in Iraq and Syria because ISIS cut off the heads of 2 Americans.
Right.
And here you have one trade in their workplace who kill, injure, and infect 15 million of their customers in their workplace. They don't even get an OSHA ticket. Now, here, how it's attached to the black community. There was an article in the newspaper just a couple of weeks ago, and again, this was the Institute of Medicine, the Agency on Ethics in the Medical Profession. They said when it comes to diabetes, blindness and amputations of legs for diabetes occurs 10 times greater rate in the black community than the white community. Not because it's genetic, but because the doctor holds so much sway, so much power over the black person, because doctors have convinced the black community that all these diseases are genetic. If you stay with them, if you stay with the doctor, their drugs, their surgery, they'll make you live another couple of minutes. Okay? And so the black community has fallen into that trap of believing it instead of believing God.
Wow.
Okay.
You've come to our church and you've executed this program, so I know this isn't hocus pocus of really giving people what it is that they need. I've seen people who had diabetes in extreme forms, and you turn it around in a short amount of time. In a lot of places, a faith healer is somebody who just comes, lays hands, and splashes oil. But really what you're doing through your profession is ministry of healing people, one, of ignorance, and of these diseases that have been perpetuated by this nation. What does the black church need to do to confront this?
Well, Pastor Bryant, you've hit the nail right on the head. It has to be the black leadership, the black church can do this. Because if there's the will, in black churches, we can eliminate type 2 diabetes, which makes up 98% of all diabetes. We can, in the black church, eliminate type 2 diabetes, make each church diabetes-free in 2 months or less.
In 2 months?
In 2 months or less. Praise God.
Wow.
Because it's a simple nutritional deficiency. We've known it for 70 years. But because there's insurance, the medical profession has chosen to use the black community as an ATM machine rather than cure you in 2 months.
Wow. So you can be healed by changing your diet, by dealing with the vitamin supplements of diabetes in 2 months.
Or less, sometimes 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
Yes, sir. Now, I'm going to give you something fun here. You will enjoy this. There's a man by the name of Tug Williams in Nova Scotia, Canada, in Moncton, town of Moncton. I met him 2 years ago when he was 87 years old. He'd been on 6 days of dialysis a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and hadn't urinated in 73 years. We put him on our program for diabetes. In 2 weeks' time, he's urinating 4 times a day. 2 months' time, he's totally off his dialysis, and the doctors are scratching their heads and say, we can't believe this is working. What did you do, Wallach? I said, I just asked God to do his thing.
Wow. Talk to me. I took our church through a program for 90 days dealing with cancer, changing diet. There's a great disproportionate number in the African American community dealing with cancer. Talk to me about that for just one moment.
Well, to start that conversation, I'll tell you, we can reduce the risk of breast cancer in black women by 462%.
Say that we can 462 people?
No, 462%, which means to zero, because 100% is zero. Right. This is a big study by the University of South Carolina, front page newspapers in 1998, and I guarantee you not one doctor has said anything to their patients, particularly in the black community. You can reduce the risk of breast cancer in women by 462% if they just cook their meat medium rare instead of well done.
Wow. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
That's right. Well,
as you very well know, with that pink shirt on.
That's right.
So it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I want to challenge everybody who has a living mother, wife, daughter, sister. How can we get on this program to deal with diabetes, to deal with cancer, deal with breast cancer, hypertension, high blood pressure? You've got a program that deals with all of that. Where can they get all of this information?
Well, they want to contact your prayer list, because they're going to have the phone numbers, and the website might even be on the screen now as we speak. Okay? And basically, it's one of those things where, again, the black churches can say, look, this month we're going to eliminate arthritis in our church. We can make each church arthritis free, or even rheumatoid arthritis, in 90 days.
Wow.
In fact, rheumatoid arthritis is curable in 2 weeks, Pastor. It's caused by
arthritis can be cured in 2 weeks.
Rheumatoid arthritis can be cured in 2 weeks because it's caused by a bug called mycoplasma, which is susceptible to antibiotics.
I got to pause you right here, Doc. You got somebody sick right now. They need to call this number, 855-730-WORD, 855-730-WORD. I need my prayer counsel. You're going to have to y'all going to have to clear every line, because I'm getting ready to tell you our cup is getting ready to overflow. But this is not a scam. It's not a gimmick. This is, in fact, a certified doctor who says, in fact, he's got a way, here it is, to help get your grandmother out of hospice, out of the hospital. I grew up watching my grandmother of sainted memory, Edith Holland Bryant. I had to roll up her sleeve every day to take that shot dealing with diabetes. And you're telling me that somebody can get healed of it in 2 weeks when the American Medical Association is taking money for years, and you got a process in the program.
Even they're 100 years old, Pastor.
It's 100 years old?
No, even if the person is 100 years old, we can still get rid of their type 2 diabetes. Because it's not genetic, it's a simple nutritional deficiency. And here's the deal. Because there's insurance, medical doctors will say, you've got iron deficiency anemia here, and you're weak because you have iron deficiency anemia. And we're going to give you a bone marrow transplant for $40,000 because insurance will pay for it. But all you have to do is take $3 worth of iron supplements.
Come on now.
You better call that number. Stay right here. You're going to have to call that number very quickly. Listen, in the moment of weakness and sickness, we got to find where our strength is. Our praise team is going to sing you through, but I'm telling you, you've already heard it from the doctor's mouth. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning. I need you to please call right now. We're going to get all of your information, get it over to the doctor so that he can, in fact, send to your family everything that you need. These 25 hours is getting ready to do something that's going to be revolutionary, not just for America, but for your health. Let's declare every woman in your church is going to be free of breast cancer for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm coming right back. Call right now. Come on, let's go.